guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, and subbing me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Repeat Remake Sissel's Path. So y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server, and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos, one of which is already up now. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Which one were we on? August 30th, okay. Something about dying over and over again really jogs my memory. Ginny shrugged and took a sip of her root beer. Anyway, how are you holding up? Haley swallowed the lump in her throat and stared at her wisher for several long moments. I'm still here. Still failing. And you're still here too. Haley buried her face in her hands. She wasn't supposed to be feeling anything. Ginny sighed and pulled a paper bag out of her jacket. We've got some of that free bread from the restaurant. You want any? Will you please take this seriously? You're going to die again. Hey, it ain't all that bad. I got to eat at a 5-star restaurant this time around. Haley pulled out her own hair in frustration. She was always like this, every damn time. Ginny took another sip of her soda and sat down next to Haley on the sidewalk. Hey, why didn't you do anything to help Adrian in the previous timeline? Haley growled. You know why. Because you like being uptight? I'm keeping you alive. Every action I take as a wish reduces what little time you have left. I shouldn't have even fought the Remnant yesterday. My transformation easily took off a good chunk of your lifespan. If you didn't step in, things would have gone horribly wrong just like last time. You did the right thing. Even at your expense? Yes. Haley fell quiet. The night air was heavy and silent while Ginny cheerfully sipped on her soda. So, what are you going to do tonight? The Remnant was just here, wasn't he? He said he cursed this night. Something bad is going to happen, isn't it? Yeah. The daffodil will burn. Haley let out a frustrated sigh. This is why I hate prophecy-type wishes. Once they say something will happen, there's not much I can do to change things. Ginny finished her soda and shrugged. You know what's fun about prophecies? They're like dumb fortune cookies. You can interpret them however you want. No matter what happens, they'll still somehow make sense. Even horrible endings can have some upsides too, right? Everyone dies at some point, but life's still worth living. She gave Haley a friendly slap on the back before turning to stroll back inside the restaurant. Try and have fun tonight, will ya? Haley watched her retreating back until it disappeared to the shining doors of the luxury restaurant. Her gaze rose up to stare at the extravagant facade of the very legal seafoods. Had fun with it, huh? A small idea began forming in her mind. The constant tick, tick, tick inside her chest suddenly sped up and Haley almost laughed. She supposed her sense of humor might have returned after all. At some point, Sissel and I got separated while perusing the sea of buffet tables again. Despite my attempts to fully enjoy my night, the longer I stayed at this restaurant, the shadier the place felt. There were ants crawling underneath the tables. The food looked just slightly too old to be healthy, not to mention the overworked waiters with massive eye bags. Poor things. Speaking of suspicious. Yo, Adrian, how's your date going? Ginny and Philip cheerfully shoved their way through the crowd of disgruntled restaurant patrons. Many shot disgusted looks at the fluffy pigeon perched on Philip's shoulder. Philip nonchalantly flipped them off while feeding his pigeon scraps from the buffet table. Hey guys, the date's going. Excuse me. Sissel's so sweet, but everyone at this restaurant has been treating him like shit. Also, this whole place just feels very fishy. Well, yeah, it's a seafood restaurant. Philip and Ginny instantly exchanged high fives. Ah, puns. You've achieved comedy. The pigeon on Philip's shoulder squawked in disappointment. Well, Adrian's not wrong about the fishy part. Oh, jeez. Allergies are all kinds of crazy this morning, folks. Second, y'all, water time. Okay. Owen and I got bored and started digging up some dirt on this restaurant. Apparently it's owned by one of the Loreleis, one of the Owen's distant layabout cousins. He buys seafood from illegitimate sources for cheap and then pays off the health inspectors when they show up here. Oh, that explains why I found a moth in my salad. That's not even seafood, that's just lettuce. Can't say I'm totally mad, though. I'd be more angry if he wasn't duping all the rich people and paying bank for cheap garbage. But then again, it's the Loreleis. Owen's probably the only one with semi-functional morals in that mess of a family. Say, you and Owen seem to be getting along real well nowadays. Should I expect to chaperone a date for you two anytime soon? Philip snorted in surprise. Me? And Owen? Well, I guess crazier things have happened. Nothing's going on between us. I've just been helping him with family stuff lately. We've grown pretty chummy, though. Philip pondered the idea absent-mindedly while handing a chunk of crab leg to his pigeon. I watched in fascination as the bird choked it down, shell and all. What was this thing made of? Anyway, enough about Philip. You got any plans for the rest of your date? You two look like you're having fun, but I gotta admit, the mood's been feeling a little down on Sissel's end. That's because the fucking restaurant's full of garbage people. God, I bet we'd have more fun if it was just the two of us just spent the rest of the date tearing this place down. Philip nodded sagely in agreement. There's nothing quite as cathartic as making rich people uncomfortable. Don't you want to grab some more seafood while you're here, though? Ginny was interrupted by the sharp wail of an ambulance siren. The three of us stared as a team of EMTs hastily ushered one of the patrons out the door whilst yelling something about food poisoning. On second thought, maybe don't. Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. It was starting to rain outside. The sound of heavy raindrops soon filled the restaurant as occasional flashes of thunder flittered across the night sky. The place was starting to feel dreary, and Sissel was still nowhere to be found. After some worried searching, I spotted Sissel standing off in a lonely corner of the restaurant. He was staring up at the ceiling, completely lost in thought. I anxiously hurried to his side. Hey, man, is everything all right? What are you looking at? I followed his gaze and stuttered to a halt. Is that a wasp nest on the ceiling? There was indeed a wasp nest on the ceiling of very legal seafoods, and a surprisingly large one at that. Now that we were further away from the low hum of the buffet tables, I could clearly hear the sharp buzz of angry paper wasps. How did nobody at the restaurant notice this? I let out an impressed whistle. Damn, this place is a disaster. Sissel drooped his head almost shamefully. Yeah. Hey, listen, sorry for how shitty the night's been. Huh? What are you talking about? Basically everything. I thought I'd impress you with all this fancy stuff, but all I've done is bring you to a crap restaurant filled with awkward rich people and shitty food. We were gonna have a nice night together, but nothing's been going right. He sighed and slumped down on a nearby chair. I've been wanting to ask you out for a while now, but never really got the confidence. There's just not much impressive about me, you know? Second, water time. Yeah, I won a culinary contest, big deal. I was too chicken to ask you out like a normal person. I'm too poor to take you to fun places. Without help, I'll probably never get a fancy job like these guys. Sissel waved a hand towards the myriad of handsomely dressed men and women in the restaurant. He turned towards me, a mixture of confusion and bitterness swimming across his face. I've got nothing, to be honest. Oh, Sissel, don't look like that, baby boy. I'm not worth this. What do you even see in me? I stood by Sissel's side in still silence for several moments. He couldn't meet my gaze. His head slumped and staring at his feet dejectedly. You know, you're probably right. This restaurant's kind of shit, your clothes are kind of old, and you're probably never going to be rich enough to be my sugar daddy. Hey now, didn't stop me from having fun with you tonight. I've been having a great time. Sissel's ears twitched and he slowly raised his head. I grinned and plopped down on the seat next to him. You know what I like most about you, Sissel? It's not money or fancy food or you winning a big trophy. It's despite life dealing you a bad hand again and again, you still work so damn hard to move forward. It's admirable, really. Sissel opened his mouth in protest, but I quickly booped him on the nose. You keep saying that you're not worth this, but when I see you working so hard to improve your life, caring so much that you take me to the fanciest restaurant in the city, and even dressing up in whatever silly thing I suggested just to make me laugh, I feel like the luckiest guy alive to be by your side, you know? I grabbed Sissel's hand and leaned forward, making sure he couldn't look away from me. With a big goofy smile on my face, I pressed our foreheads together with a laugh. You're worth everything to me, Sissel. Don't ever doubt it. Sissel's eyes widened. He stuttered for a moment before smiling at me bashfully. You really mean it? Thanks, Adrian. Honestly, I wanted to say the same thing to you for so long. So much shit has been happening in my life, but you've always been by my side supporting me. I was always afraid there was nothing about me worth supporting. But being around you makes me feel braver. He scratched his head and blushed. Yeah, I know that sounded fucking cheesy, but you make me feel braver. Brave enough just to be me. Like someone worth being. He let out a shy laugh. I guess I've been too scared to embrace it until now. He leaned forward and pulled me into a tight, warm hug. We stood there for several long minutes, just embracing each other's presence, wide smiles beaming on our faces. After a moment, Sissel let go and glanced at the clock excitedly. Well, the night's still young. You want to ditch this lame place and go somewhere else? Let's restart this date in a more honest way and do things we both love. I'd love to, but... I gave Sissel a sly grin. But first, I want to get kicked out of here in a spectacular fashion. Huh? I pulled out a large chunk of free bread from my pocket while eyeing the wasp nest. How good is your throwing arm? Sissel gaped at me in utter disbelief. You're not serious, are you? Dude, listen. Every single goddamn waiter, staff, and customer at this place has been an unspeakable asshole to you, and I've had it. Tonight, Very Legal Seafoods is going down. Sissel glanced between me and the buzzing wasp nest, clearly tempted by the thought of sweet revenge. Daniel, water time. Do it, do it, do it! Fuck this place up! Fuck it up! We're gonna get in so much trouble if we get caught. It'll make one hell of a first date. I'd feel kind of bad for everyone here, though. He paused, as though replaying all the events of tonight through his head. All the snide remarks, the upturned noses, the pompous sneers. On second thought, this place kind of deserves it. And then Sissel chucked the bread at the ceiling as hard as he could. The effect was immediate. The bread roll smacked the hive with an aggressive thwack, smashing it instantly. Bits of hive innards showered the dessert table where several well-dressed customers were poking about. Screams and clouds of angry wasps filled the restaurant as all the patrons shrieked and scrambled over each other in panic. There are bees in my hair! They're wasps, you uncultured swine! They apparently couldn't hear me over the ruckus of fleeing customers and clattering of silverware as half the restaurant's tables were overturned in a customer stampede. Served them right. I grabbed Sissel's hand, the two of us exchanging mischievous grins as we discreetly scooted towards the exit. I could see Philip, Owen, and Jenny watching us from a distance in disbelief. The three of them quickly scrambled after us towards the exit, narrowly dodging the stampede of screaming and wasp-stung customers. At this point, the dining area was a panic zone of shrieking patrons and scattered food. Several patrons slipped on the food splattered floor across the food splattered across the floor, which further fueled the ruckus. The restaurant staff did their best to calm the people down, but to no avail. Sirs, ma'ams, please remain calm. They are just bees. They're quite friendly as long as you don't swat. Wasps. They were wasps. And unlike bees, wasps were infernal creatures who do not understand the concept of mercy. Any sense of order has collapsed as customers and staff alike shrieked and scrambled toward the exit like headless chickens while the cloud of angry wasps chased after them in hot pursuit. Despite the mayhem, Sissel and I couldn't help but laugh at the once prim and proper guests running for their lives. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!